This is a polar walkthrough that guides practices how to identify how many patients may have had a certain test ordered in a certain period of time. So this activity could be used to measure improvement for activities such as increasing the number of chlamydia tests ordered on a certain age group. So as per usual, my first step is to log into Polar. And I'm going to go up to Reports and select my clinic summary. Here I'm going to go up the top to Clinical, hover over Clinical, and select the Clinical Indicators report. In this report, you can choose to include patients with certain activities or filters, and you can choose to exclude patients with certain activities or filters. So under inclusion filters, I'm going to pop on that I only want to find patients that are RACGP active. That is, that they've been to the clinic at least 3 times in the last 2 years. Give it a green tick. And I can see now that I've put a filter on, I can see the filters collecting up here in the filter bar. The other filter I'd like to put on, I want to include patients that are only within a certain age range, 15 to 25, actually 15 to 29. Give it a green tick, and I can see that filter added up here. The next inclusion filter I want to put on is whether they've had a chlamydia test. So I'm going to go across here to tests and imaging. Now, I want only those who have had a test ordered. I want to know how many have been ordered in the last 3 months. Give it a green tick. And the test name, now the way that people enter, clinicians may enter this might be different. So I'm actually just going to type in the word chlamydia. And I'm going to choose the ones that include chlamydia tests. And give it a green tick. I can now see that only 3 patients have had a chlamydia test ordered in the last 3 months. Now, that doesn't mean that they've necessarily gone and had the test. It's just how many tests have been entered in the system on the patient file that clinicians have asked patients to go and do. So what I might do is a quality improvement activity to increase the number that we order for 15 to 29-year-olds, and then come back in 3 months' time and do that same check again to see if we've increased. Instead of having to come back in 3 months' time and remember the filters I've put on up the top here, right at the beginning, once I've put these on, I can actually go up to bookmarks, create a bookmark from current selections, and call it chlamydia testing QI activity. If I wanted to, I could put a bit of a description here and click create. So if I was to clear all those filters by clicking there, and in 3 months' time, I come back to this report and go bookmarks and select that chlamydia testing QI activity that I saved, you will see the same filters come up again, but hopefully the patient count will have increased.